I'm Mike Rogers from the Mike Rogers Show. And today, once again, we're going to have Mike's listening comprehension and funny story time with me, Mike Rogers. You know, there's many news sites and books and magazines, but a lot of people don't have time to read these things. So if you're studying English and you're a more advanced student and you want to practice listening, welcome to you. I'm a radio DJ, but I'm also a film director. I write movies, and I'm also a columnist for Lou Rockwell. So today I will introduce you to a column I wrote recently that was posted at lourockwell.com on March 31st, 2022. Was it that long ago? I guess so. So just please listen easy. And if you're studying listening, please listen over and over. I dare not add translations or subtitles because that's going to be cheating. This story was written based on the news as of 2022. And the content's not outdated at all. It still could have been written yesterday. Here it is. And let's go. Ready? Let's start. Do you remember the love summer of 1975? I sure do. It was a great time. Disco music was terrible, though. But the great ice age was coming, and we had to do something about it to prevent the entire world from freezing over. So back in those days, they did talk about a big ice age coming, and then maybe it was 10 or 15 years later, they talked about global warming coming, but that's not in the article. We'll talk about that later. So we had to protect the earth. We had to protect the trees. I was working at my very first real job at a grocery store, and I think it was called Grocery Cart or something like that. It was a really original name, I'll give you that. And customers knew what they were getting when they walked into the front doors. You want groceries? We got groceries. But I'll bring the whole family down. I was working as a bag boy at the time, an occupation that has probably gone the way of the doo-doo bird, and was so excited to have my first job. Next step for me was slicing sandwiches at the deli section. After that, I was going to be a French fry cook. There's room to move as a French fry cook. Next up, manager, king, God. Having grown up relatively poor, but very happy, I was a definite penny pincher. And that's a good way to be even today, I figure. When I bagged groceries for old folks, I always meticulously packed their bags so that they were full, but not too full. But being 17, I had not understood how the mass media and big oil had plans for me. I mean, the world was going to freeze. We were all going to die. Cutting down millions of trees to be turned into plastic bags was bad for the environment. We had to stop using paper bags. But as people are wont to do, they are creatures of habit. People didn't like the new plastic bags the stores were offering. People liked the tried and true paper bags. So how to get people to change their habits? Well, first off, you have to have a huge ad campaign, lots of shots on TV showing people proudly carrying their groceries out with their plastic bags, and just how strong the plastic bags were. They won't rip open, as everyone feared. No one looked homeless in 1975 with a plastic bag because all the homeless people were using paper bags. In 1975 also, the first PET bottle arrived on the scene. Before PET bottles, people used to drink Coca-Colas out of glass bottles, and then they'd get returned and recycled. But wow, the new plastic explosion to save the world gave us PET bottles in 1975. We saved the earth from freezing over, and we were saved from becoming frozen fruit bars. Then came the part where Mike Bag Boy was used like a CIA MK Ultra plant. At that time, the people in charge, they started using almost no glue on those paper bags. And when the customers took the bags laden with a loaf of bread, a small bag of chips, and a tub of margarine to their car, the bag would break and the groceries would spill out in the parking lot. And there would be a very upset old lady, followed by customer complains, manager gets mad at Mike, customer gets a plastic bag and replacement groceries for their trouble, customer goes home happy, Mike loses his job. Customer now realizes that, yes, plastic bags are better than paper bags. Grocery store now has a loyal customer. Customer is happy. Mike, not so much. But was it my job? My job to tell customers they better use plastic bags? I mean, I asked them, which would you prefer, ma'am? Would you like a plastic bag or a paper bag? And they would all say, I want a paper bag. And then each bag would just break. Was that my fault? Am I quality control for the paper bags? No, I am not. I should have said, okay, lady, it's paper bags, but don't come complaining to me when your bag rips open in the parking lot like the 1929 stock market. I was pissed off that I got fired. I was pissed off that I got fired for that job. That was the first time in my life, the only time in my life I've ever been fired from a job. But more than that, I was very disillusioned. Even at that time, I was suspicious of the poorly glued paper bags. Why were the bags okay like 2 months ago, and now all of a sudden they would just rip open really easy? Well, big business and media happened. Somewhere on Madison Avenue, some suits got together and decided, for the sake of humanity and the world, we had to stop using paper bags. Plastic bags were the future, as well as the future of their profits. How well that little idea has worked out for us Homo sapiens. Now, today, 2023, plastic bags are everywhere. And to save the environment, of course, but we've got plastic bags in grocery stores, convenience stores, department stores, restaurants, in the garbage fills, in the oceans, even in the throats of dolphins. And it's not just plastic bags, it's plastic straws, plastic cups, pet bottles, plastic this, plastic that. Whatever happened to paper bags? This current plastic crisis has gotten out of control. But what can we do? Actually, I don't know what we should do, but I do know that everything we see and hear on the mass media has an ulterior motive. It doesn't matter whether it or not it is the death of paper bags, the rise of plastics, the invasion of Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria, Libya, Ukraine, COVID, or whatever. You name it, the media does what its overlords tells it to do. Most people just suck it all in. The media probably do not even realize they're pushing an agenda. Most news people I have met over the years, and I've met a lot of them, are, well, they're idiots. They just do what they're told, and what they're told is the most profitable in the short term. We can worry about the repercussions later. And why not? That marketing team at Madison Avenue in 1975, those guys are long gone and retired by now. So 1975, those were good times. Like the old saying goes, the more things change, the more they stay the same. And that's our story today. I hope you enjoyed the story. There were a couple of terms in there that I think you might not know. Do you know what a bag boy is? A bag boy, like, I don't even know if they exist anymore. I bet they only exist at really expensive shops. But a bag boy was a guy who stood by the cash register, and when you bought your groceries and the lady checked you out, the bag boy would put the groceries in the bag. And then a penny pincher. Do you know what a penny pincher is? A penny, 1 yen. Pinching it tightly. That means somebody who does not want to spend even 1 yen. That's a penny pincher. And I was a penny pincher. I'm still a penny pincher. So, yeah. So remember those words, bag boy and penny pincher. So what do you think the title of this column should be? Well, the title of the column is The Year in Plastics. And it was a good year. I will continue to introduce my column regularly on this channel. This column is posted on the website. The link is below. And if you like this channel, please subscribe and write your opinion in the comments section. I'm Mike Rogers. See you next time. Bye.